I've retreated indoors, the weather's horrible, I can't go out and play, so I'm going to do some work to the bike, get it ready for the TA. This video is going to be one of those mishmashes where it just spread out over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, the first job is to get the wheels off, I think, because I need to put new tyres on. These are too big, I know, everyone has told me they're 2.6 inch, but they're the ones I've got, so they're going on. That's what I'm used to. These have been pretty good, and there's still some life in them, particularly the front one. But I just want some fresh tyres on so I don't have to mess around when I'm out there. And these can go back on at any point when these are worn out. So also what we're going to do once I've done this setup, I need to decide on which bags I'm going to use. Probably going to be the same as usual, but I'm debating putting the front rack on. I'm not sure though. I think it's going to be overkill because I didn't have one on the Divide and this route is less remote. It's going to be interesting to see what's inside these. So the tubeless fluid went in. Did I put any in when I was away on the Divide? I think I topped it up somewhere. I'd have to go back and look, but it's old and it doesn't sound like there's any fluid left. So I'm curious to see what's inside. I'm guessing it's just all going to be dried up, but I've never seen it, so it'll be interesting. The other thing is I've put tubeless tyres on narrow rims. These are big rims, so I think I'm going to have more of a problem. I'm not going to say problem. It's going to be more of a process getting the beads to sit. So I think I'm doing it the right way. I'm going to slacken off the axle. Wrong side. There we go. There we go. Right, there's the two wheels off. See if we can get the tyres off and see what's going on inside. Okay, the tape looks good on this one. Yeah, I might get away with that. Just don't want to damage it when I'm getting the tyre off. Nope. There goes the tape. Alright, so I'm going to have to retape anyway. Wow, there is sealant in there. Huh. It's still liquid. I'm amazed. I better go and do something about that. I'm really surprised that sealant's still in there. So it's like 18 months old, that sealant. Impressive. So this was done by a different bike shop. Yeah, they just taped the middle. The other one was taped right to the edge of the rim. This is just the middle. I don't know. Both worked. Easy. Yep, and there's sealant in this one too. Amazing. I just thought it'd be dried up, but it's not. This one exactly the same. There we go. Lots of it. Let's get rid of this too. Sealant all over my camera. Right. The tape isn't bad. I don't even know if I need to retape this. Maybe I should look it up. It's great really. It just says you need to replace it when it stops working. I mean, that's not good, is it? I'm not in a mad rush. I'm sure this rim tape is okay, but it's not going to hurt to replace it. I've bought the tape. It's not that difficult. I'll kick myself if I'm out there and I have a flat, and yeah. So I guess it's time to start taping, which, I mean, I don't know why it's nerve-wracking. I mean, like, what's the worst time? It's not as if the thing explodes if I don't get it right. So this is 35mm by 11 meters, recommended for I-30 rims, which is what I have. There's the valve hole, and then we start a little bit beyond. I'm going to get it right in the middle. And that looks pretty good. Pull it as tight as I possibly can. And lay it in. And there you go, there's the overlap. That should do. I think that's done. One down. One to go. Now to fit the valve stem. Where's the hole? I'm just going to pierce this. See if I can just poke the whole thing through. The smaller the hole, the better. Perfect. Yeah, that's good. I'll put the bolt on that side. There's a little rubber washer first. Right, now try and get this as tight as I can. There you are, you see. That's the wheels prepared. Now you're supposed to pour the sealant into the tyre and then put them on, so not fill the tyre with sealant through the valve. But I'm going to do that anyway because it's just too messy. I'm indoors and I just don't want to mess with it. I've got a kit, I'll get it in a minute, where you can inject the sealant straight in through the valve core. I mean, I don't understand why you're not supposed to do it, because when you top up, that's how you do it, or that's how I do it anyway. I can see maybe you can bung up the valve core, but all you got to do is pump a bit of air into it afterwards, which you do when you get it to pressure anyway. That should clear out. I don't know. I'm going to do it anyway. So first of all, I'm going to have a cup of tea. What? Did that just go on that easy? Right, let's pump it up, see if we can get this bead on without using my special tool. Wow, that was it. No way. So you heard it, the pop. The bead is on. Well, that was easy. Now for the other one, and then we'll put the tubeless sealant in the tyres. Same again. There we go. Sealant time. Joe's No Flats. That's what I used last time. I bought this thing. A Stan's sealant injector. So I think you put that on there. I'll read it properly.
Be sure to shake your sealant well, otherwise you won't have a consistent mixture, which can affect the efficacy of your sealant. Start by removing the valve core with this Stan's valve core tool.
I love the internet, specifically YouTube. Let's try this. Right, oh, it's all coming out. Didn't think this through, did I? Right, attempt 2. Put the nozzle back on. God, the sealant on the floor. Decant that into that. 4 ounces in here. Now we've got to screw this on here. Let's see what happens. Right. Put the valve core back in. There we go. And then, I suppose, pump it up and then spin it round. I'll put it to 30. And now do this. Right. We'll do the other one. So they're pumped up to 30 psi. I'll check on them in the morning. Hopefully they're still 30 psi. And then I'll know it was a success. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, as I say, with 2 pumped up tyres. Then I can give this a bit of a test ride, and then I'm going to load all the bags onto it to see if I've got enough room for New Zealand. Next day. Feels good. And the other one, the only thing I was thinking last night, the valve cores are a little bit sticky and I've got new ones, so I'm thinking I'm going to replace them. I could be fixing something that isn't broken, and I may regret that, but it's in my head, so I think I'm going to have to. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm pleased at how easy it was to get these tyres put on and set up. I mean, I don't know. That valve core feels fine. One of them felt a little sticky. The air it wasn't working right. It felt a little bit gummy. It's this one. This one feels dodgy. There's something not right about it. I think I'm going to let the air out and replace that one. And then do I replace both? Nasty. It's good, it fits. There. Pump that back up now. That's better. Yeah, I'm going to replace the other one as well. Let's do it right. Yep, that's better. I'll do the other one as well. Primo content. See, that's coming out. You can hear it. And it shouldn't, unless I push in. So that's not right, is it? I don't think so anyway. I'll pump this one up and then I'll put the wheels back on. So these are the sliding dropouts, and the idea is when you put the belt on, you can't twist it, stretch it, anything like that. So you need to slide these all the way forward. Get the wheel in, get the belt on. That's on both sides, do the same thing. And then you can adjust these back and forth on both sides. So the axle will be through there until it's perfectly lined up. You do that by twisting this, and the thread there pushes on this block, gets it to the right place, and then you lock it down with these two. Forgot to put the belt on, like a dope. Put the belt on first, then put this in. So now for the tricky part, and that's getting this aligned. I've got an app which you can use to tune the belt. I'll show you that, it's quite interesting. First of all though, I'm going to go and get a drink because it's the bit I don't look forward to. Right, I don't actually know the best way of doing this. I'm going to try and get a baseline by winding these in, push these adjusters out on both sides, and then start tuning this using the app. See, that's too loose. I know that for a fact, so let's go a bit further. That feels better. But how is it lined up? Not good. So I'm doing it visually to start with. That looks good. So I have this app, and what you're meant to do is record or hold your phone to the belt, pluck it, and then get the frequency range between 35 and 50, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't matter what I do, it's all over the place. We'll see now. 68, 83, 68, 50, 70. It's just all over the place. I might look it up. I'm going to see if I can figure out what's going on, but it doesn't work. Right, I've messed around with it as much as I can. I've set this now. I've locked these on both sides. The belt feels, and as best as I can tell, it's at about 45 to 50 hertz, and it feels pretty consistent all the way around, which to me would indicate that these are true. I've also visually eyed it. This is as good as I've ever got it, really, and it seems to work. I've put enough miles on it. It might not be the right way, but I don't know how to do it any better. Let's button all this down and do the gearbox oil. found a video from Pinion about how to change oil, so I'm just going to follow that. It looks fairly straightforward, it shouldn't take long, and I've got the right kit, so let's get going with that. Right, the oil drain plug is down here. Nice. Oh no, that is nasty. I mean, this bike has only done 3,000 miles. I think it's 6,000 mile intervals for the oil change. They suggest you screw this in and suck it all out, so I may as well do that. Right, let's see what happens here. Get the oil drain plug back in. There we are. Now I can put the fresh oil in. Last step, this screw in. I need some grease for this planetary gear set here. It doesn't look very good. It needs cleaning up. I haven't got the right grease, so I'll have to get some. Very cool though, being able to see all the gears like that. Put the cover on for now, and then figure out what grease I need. Done. That's the bike pretty much ready. Aside from that grease I've got to find for the planetary gears in the gearbox. But I'm pleased with that. So as soon as we get a nice day, I'm going to get out for a test ride. Put the bags on, I guess, and load it up with gear. Do a test sort of pack. We shall see. We're going to find out together. So we're out. I thought we needed a change of scenery and a bit of fresh air. Well, that's what I thought yesterday anyway. So let me tell you what happened. I loaded up the bike. I came here and I went on a test ride, and of course I brought you along with me because I always do. But I got home from that ride, plugged my SD card into the computer, and then instead of downloading the files, I deleted it. I deleted everything. I formatted the card. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, I did that, and after berating myself, calling myself some hideous names for probably 10 or 11 minutes, I tried to recover the files and failed, so that's that really. Anyway, there was some options. Option one was to ride the route, but I didn't want to do that. That seemed ridiculous. I even considered faking it and just filming some clips, some bits, and making it look like I hadn't lost the footage, but fakery. So the solution I came up with was just to maybe bring you out on location to 3 different places and show you what happened. I know it's weird, bear with me, and tell you the conclusions I came to. It's the best I can do. It makes sense. So here we are, location 1. I just rode along this road, and I wanted some road riding on this test because obviously a lot of the TA is on road, and the tyres I have on there are fast rolling, but they're 2.6 inch, which is too wide. I know it's too wide. They felt really good anyway. I had the tyres at 30 PSI, which is 5 PSI off the max, and yeah, they felt nice and quick, so I'm not too worried about that. That was a success. So location 2, we turned off onto this gravelish, muddy sort of road. I mean, I knew the tyres would be perfect on here because this is what they're designed for. And of course, everything was great. Down here, I tested a couple of things. I had a new drone because the last one failed. They replaced it for nothing, so that was good. But I wanted to make sure it was working, so I put that up, and I caught some terrible drone footage because I was testing this, which is a handlebar mount, which, even though it was recommended by about 50 different YouTubers, it's junk. The thing was just rattling, shaking all over the place. It was impossible. So this thing needs to be smelted. Back to the van. So location number 3. And you'll be pleased to hear that's the final location. This is like some sort of investigation into what I did yesterday. Although that suggests I did something sinister yesterday. And of course I didn't film that. I mean, I didn't do anything sinister. I've said too much. Location 3. We got a Taco Bell now. KFC, Taco Bell, what have you done? America, I'm speaking to you. And Canada. Anyway, it doesn't stop me from buying your coffee. So, anyway, I wasn't here yesterday. I was close to here, but I just fancied a coffee. And, you know, it's my history, so I can decide that I did whatever I want yesterday. I wonder if that's what happens to dictators. Anyway, in my fake history from yesterday, I sat here and I summed up the performance of the bike, and everything was great, obviously. It all worked fine, and I was very happy. So I went back home, and I hosed the bike off, and I took it back up into the bedroom, and I will see you there, where we're going to put the bags on it, and figure out how we're going to load it up. I have a lot of bags, all here, and a bike to put them on. There's a couple of changes from the usual setup. You say usual, the last 2 trips, the Trans Am and the GDMBR. One notable one, and I'll put that on first so you can see it. This is my new bag. It's an outer shell rando bag. I've had it for a little while, but I haven't really used it. Just kind of clips on using these things. You can see they're plastic clips. They sit on top of the handlebars and clip, yeah. Next you take this strap thing, you put it over this, run it underneath and put it on these hooks. So this strap stops the bag falling down, the rack falling down, and this one stops it bouncing up basically. Nice and simple. And it's like a ratchet strap thing. You pull that tight, it holds the rack in place. Such an ingenious design. So that's the Jack the Bike rack fitted with the outer shell bag. Underneath I have this dry bag. I think what I'm going to do is put spares and stuff in here. Like I said, I'm getting the bags on and then I'm going to figure out where everything goes. I really enjoy this part of things, I have to say. It's like a mini engineering challenge to me, and I enjoy that as much as anything. So yeah, on to the next bags. Next, the frame bag. This is the one that Caroline and I made for the GDMBR. It held up really well. I mean, really very pleased with this. There's no holes, nothing. Yeah, it's good. So it just attaches again with webbing and these Velcro strips. If you want to see that video, by the way, we might link it in the description. Now, an issue with these, which I won't do now, is that you can't operate the zipper as you're moving. And I've learned you can put some shock cord. I'll take it with me. I'm not going to do it now because I'm only going to have to cut her off afterwards. But I sort of tie that around and then tie that nice and tight, and then you can get in and out one-handed as you're moving. I would say that's a design flaw, personally. They should have had the strap right at the front. Maybe they have on the new ones. It's always a process of having to move everything around multiple times, so it's not interfering. It does get a little congested around here. Okay, well, that's on nice though. Right, put your finger on that. Don't let go. There we go. On. Got it work, buddy. So I'll do the same thing with the shock cord. Again, I mean, it's such a bad design, I think. Whereas if you just tie that on, it works. You're never going to know unless you thoroughly test the product. And I've used, not this particular one, but lots of others from AlpKit. Same issue with all. It's fine, I suppose, on day rides, you don't care. But if you're just getting in, I mean, I'm in and out that with the GoPro 50 times a day. So, yeah. the value of testing things properly, I suppose. What did I tell you about playing with knives? Wish I hadn't bought you that. Now for the tail fin. And the panniers. So that's all the bags on. That took longer than I thought, but now I can load everything onto the bike and see whether I have enough space. I think I have, but I have options for adding more if I need to. Anyway, I'll show you that tomorrow, because this afternoon Ross and I are going out in the hot tent to do a Q&A session. That video's probably already been out. There'll be a link in the description to that one if you want to watch it. I'll see you tomorrow. Time to start loading up the bike. I'm going to start with my spares and repairs kit and go through some tools. So I thought I'd show you. Why not? I know you're all interested. First of all, my Crank Brothers something. I think it says M20. It's a good multi-tool this. It's got everything on it that you could need, really. This thing, Topeak Smart Gauge D2 digital tyre pressure. I have a muck off valve core removal tool. Dynaplug tyre plugging tool, really good thing, very cool. Topeak Race Rocket MT. This is a nice pump. Been happy with it. I've tried a few different ones, but I always go back to this one. This, which is my Gerber multi-tool, heavy old thing, but I use it all the time, and it was my dad's. So yeah, I like to take it with me. It has some significance for me. This, my Knipex channel lock type pliers. I like these. You can have nice wide or narrow. Again, it's over the top, but I can't stand messing about trying to undo bolts with pliers. 4mm Allen key with some very worn duct tape around it. 2 of these Park Tools tie levers. Stan's sealant. I think this is 2 ounces, just to top up if something goes wrong. In here I have 2 of these Tubolito inner tubes, very lightweight and well reviewed, I think. And finally this, a spare belt, just in case, you never know. I think that's it for tools. I've got some spares. Do you really want to see the spares? We can do it quickly. Tenacious tape, cable ties, tiny bit of shock cord, because that's always useful. Bottle of super glue, a shifter cable for the pinion gearbox, spare plugs for the Dynaplug plugging tool, something I hope I never have to use. It's a temporary spoke repair fibre fix kit. I've seen one be used before, but I dread having to do it myself, but I've got it just in case. In here I've got some spare brake pads, and I've got some valve cores and dust caps and a Presta to Schrader adapter in case I need to reseat a tyre from a gas station or petrol station. Tubolito puncture repair kit, tiny little sewing kit. You never know. That's everything for the repair kit. And then we have my first aid kit, which consists of indigestion tablets, ibuprofen, paracetamol, got some bandage dressings, a few of those, alcohol wipes, this, which is looking pretty nasty, but that's leukotape, so I can attach the bandages if I need to. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't carry much in the way of first aid stuff. You've got to draw a line somewhere, haven't you? I think that is everything. That was quick. There are videos, I think, on all this, but more in-depth ones. But I don't know. This video is going to be long enough. Oh, by the way, if I've forgotten anything in there and you think I do need it, please let me know, because I probably have. Right, that's that done. So now we're going to load the bike up. Right, I think I'm ready to start loading the bike up. I've got this front rack and I've got panniers, but I don't think I need them, but I've got them here anyway. in case I change my mind. But let's start with the back. This bag. I'm going to go quick because there's gear lists. I've already got like 2 maybe. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. So tent, Z-Packs duplex. It's my sleeping pad, which is a Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite large. And this closed cell foam sort of thing. If I can get all these in there, I'll be happy. It looks like I can. Oh yeah, tons of room. There's that. Probably get more stuff in there, to be honest, but might not need to. Let's do the next pannier. We're going to do my Enlightened Equipment Revelation quilt. This is a 20-degree quilt. Stuff this in here. These bags are waterproof, these panniers, so I don't need a bag for the quilt itself. Then we have my pillow, Exped something, and a buff, which I use as a pillowcase. They can go in there. Room for more, actually. May as well put my Haglofs puffer jacket in. LIM, extremely light. And that will do, I think. Right, I think I'll put clothes in the other side. At least used first. Probably gloves. I bring them every time. I never ever wear them. Same with these, my Outdoor Research Helium rain pants. I'm going to go over the clothes that I'm going to wear on the bike separately. Got a cap, Outdoor Research cap, and a pair of socks. Leggings. I doubt I'll wear these as well, but I'll take them just in case. Under Armour, of course. No, I'm not sponsored. Arc'teryx Gore-Tex raincoat. I hear it rains a lot in New Zealand. There's a ton of room left in there. I'll add this to the clothing bag. This is an Osprey collapsible backpack. Awesome thing. So, I don't know how to do this. I thought maybe spares, first aid kit, stuff like that. I've got this belt, which is a weird thing to pack. And you've got to be careful with these. You don't want to twist them or anything. I wonder if I put that in first. And then these are the tubes, the 2 Tubolito tubes. Repairs, spares, first aid. This is just some toiletries, some shower gel, bag balm, which is good for saddle sores. I got a giant deodorant, but whatever. Toothpaste. I need a toothbrush. I had it a minute ago. Found it. That can go in there. I think that might be it. Yeah. So I think that goes there, and then there we are. Yeah, I like that. I decided to move the toiletries and put my Knock water bag and my Sawyer water filter in here because I don't think I'm going to use this very often. I think I'll put the stove in with the clothes. Yeah, there's no logic to that. But I want to keep this bag for food, stuff like that. Okay, so I got 2 of these stem bags. I'm going to keep in this one. Don't fall off. My passports, credit cards, I put them in here so I can get them out. I never leave them on the bike. I got some sunscreen and I got some bug repellent DEET stuff. They can go in there. I might even put, this is my click stand. I've done a review on that. That'll be in on the review channel. We might put a link. That's what I did on the Trans Am, more or less. That's that one done. Then on the other side, I don't know, what can I put in there? So I've got a light, I've got a Lesign Macro Drive 1400, but I don't really have anywhere to put it, and I'm not going to need it much. So I think, yeah, I don't know. This is a challenge. So for now, I'm going to put it in here. I mean, I took it on the whole of the Trans Am and I didn't use it once. Tyre pressure gauge. This is my mini pump for my air mattress. And I've got a head torch. Like this here. What I've done in the past is I put all the tools in. We've been over all those. So they can all just go in there. Yeah, plenty of room. I can actually get more in there if I need to. In here already, I have this. My K-Lite USB Dynamo Hub conversion thing. The cable comes up from the Dynamo Hub, plugs into this, and then you can run USB devices off this. So that lives in there all the time. The rest of it, because we haven't touched on camera filming gear yet, I'm going to do that all in one go. The GoPro lives in there and I can just whip it out and film with it whenever I need it. So water bottles, I'm going to carry 2 of these. These are Clean Canteen 40 ounce. I probably get more questions about these than anything else. So these are Clean Canteen 40 ounce wide mouth water bottles. Nice big wide mouth, nice and solid. Don't make your water taste plasticky. And then I think this time we'll see, take this, which is a Clean Canteen 32 ounce, but it's insulated. So good for coffee or ice. I've got Velo Orange Mojave bottle cage on one side. And I have a tail fin cage down the bottom, which uses these volley straps. One there, and then I'll do the same on the other side. There we go. Give me plenty of capacity for water, I'd have thought. So this is my new front bag, new to me anyway, I haven't used it much, I've had it for a while. This auto lock can go in there, and it's a very, very thin side pocket, not good for much, but that can go in there, it's handy, I can get at it. I bought this mainly for the filming gear. So I won't go into too much detail about this bag, but I've got my drone, I've got batteries, chargers, it's all filming stuff, everything. Drone there, this will be that camera that I'm filming on now, goes in there. The only thing that's non sort of filming stuff is my Garmin InReach. So I'm going to slot that in the front there, I think. And I've got some headphones, which can also slot in the front. That'll be that bag done. And my Wahoo Element bolt is going to go on my handlebars. So yeah, the GoPro's going to go in there. I think so anyway, I'm not sure. One other thing, so this is a bottle cage tool thing. I don't know what I'll put in there, but I'm bound to move some stuff around. This fits on the back. So there's a bracket which is coming, which will fit in there, and then that can go under there. I just thought it was a good idea. I mean, it's all additional space. So, clothing that I'm going to wear. I bought this Black Diamond sun hoodie. Do you know, I think I'm going to put all this on. It's going to be easier, isn't it? And then I can explain it to you. There we go. So, to start with, it's going to be my Giro Source MIPS helmet. I've had this for ages. I love this helmet. Fits perfectly. This is that Black Diamond sun hoodie I was talking about. Nice long sleeves. The zip goes all the way down to here, so I can get plenty of airflow. Nice big vents down the side. And I wanted a bright colour. The other thing, the hood goes over the helmet if I want it to. Shorts are these Fox mountain bike shorts. I've used these for ages. They need some repairs in the pocket. Socks, just these merino wool Bridgedale socks, and I'm going to wear these 510s, the ones I used on the Divide, because I think it's going to rain a lot. So yeah, I think a bit more protection than these things. I wore yellow versions of these on the Trans Am. That's worn clothing. So there we have it. I think that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a strange one, a preparation one. Not too boring, I hope, but I kind of like these videos when other people do them. I like seeing how they pack stuff and all that, what gear they have. If I've forgotten anything, please let me know. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It's free. Subscribing is free on YouTube. Why they call it subscribing, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.